Disclaimer. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes. It is not a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any asset. Please do your own research and due diligence when choosing what to invest in. Now, on to the analysis.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dad's Market Stats. Today, as I'm recording this video, it is Thursday night. So today was a very exciting day, ladies and gentlemen. I invested $200 into my Robinhood account this morning, actually. And I wanted to show you what I was able to do. Now, it was a very exciting day. As you can see, let's take a look at Bitfarms here. Now, this morning, Bitfarms was up, and then as you can see, it was at $1.82. I wanted to sell a $2 put. Okay. So I was hoping, you can see it opened up at $1.82, and then it quickly came down to $1.78, which I'm very happy it did. Why? Well, take a look at what I was able to do this morning. Now, remember, keep in mind, as I'm recording this video, it's Thursday night, but I'm probably going to release this video on Friday, okay? All right, but today is Thursday as I'm recording this video. Now, notice what I was able to do. I put another $200 into my Robinhood account, and now I have $900 being held in collateral, okay? Pay attention to that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna tell you why, okay? So this morning, as you can see, if we take a look at my history, all right, look how much fun I had this morning. Let's take a look at my history here, okay? All right, so this morning, I tried to sell a $2 put expiring on May 17th, right? Next week. I tried to sell a $2 put. I had to cancel it because nobody was buying it. I tried to sell it for $30. Okay. Now remember, Bitfarms opened up at $1.82. Okay. So then I tried to sell the $2 put expiring next week. I tried to sell it for $25. And again, nobody was buying. So then I switched over to the week after, which is May 24th, expiring on May 24th. And I tried to sell this $2 put for $30. And nobody was buying. Because remember, the stock was still up at around $1.80. Finally, I went over and I sold the $2 put expiring May 24th for $25. Okay. Now remember, since I received $25 for this put, right? If this contract expires in the money, I'll be buying shares of Bitfarms for $2, right? Because it's a $2 strike price. However, because I'm receiving $25, right? $25 for it, that means I'm really buying it for $1.75 per share. So I'm really buying 100 shares of Bitfarms for $175 if this contract expires in the money. Okay. So that is what happened this morning. I was very excited, but let's take a look now, very briefly, at how much of my equity is being held as collateral. Okay, I have $900 being held as collateral, and I have 900 shares of Bitfarms being held as collateral. As you can see here, I have three $4 call options, right? Expiring on May 10th, right? So that's tomorrow. That's going to be expiring tomorrow. I don't believe Bitfarms is going to go up to $4 the day before earnings. I don't believe that is going to go up to $4. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to get 300 of my shares back from collateral. Okay. So if that's the case, then I will have, let's see, how much is my total shares? 1,200, 300 plus 300. I will have 600 shares. So half of my shares will not be being held as collateral. And I'm pretty happy about that. I'm going to hold off on selling covered calls for the moment because I'm pretty sure after the earnings report, Bitfarms is going to have some good news coming out, some excellent announcements coming out. and I'm pretty sure that the stock is going to start going up again. Okay, so I'm going to hold off on selling covered calls for the moment. So I'm only going to be collecting money from selling put options. Okay, so like I said, today was a very exciting day. As you could see, when I sold the put finally, Bitfarms had dropped down to $1.78, but eventually it started to come back up throughout the rest of the day, and it finished the day at $1.84. Okay, so I'm very happy I was able to sell that put. Now, Friday, right, the 10th, on Friday the 10th, that's going to be the last day before Bitfarms earnings report comes out. Because Bitfarms earnings report comes out on May 13th, which is Monday, pre-market. So it's going to come out in the morning. So that means Friday is going to be the last day before earnings, before the earnings report comes out for Bitfarms. Now, why is that important? Well, it's important because it's going to be the last opportunity for people to start buying into this stock before their earnings report comes out. Now, a lot of Bitcoin mining companies have already had their earnings report come out. What seems to be the trend with these stocks is that they will be beating on EPS, or the earnings per share. However, they will not be beating on revenue expectations. So it's one beat and one non-beat, right? So they are not beating in revenue. One company was able to beat on both, right? Had a double beat. It beat on earnings per share, and it also beat on revenue, right? Which company was that? CleanSpark. Okay, CleanSpark had a very good earnings report, and it also had very good guidance going into the next quarter. So CleanSpark stock didn't do too bad. Okay, let's take a look at that, ladies and gentlemen, so you can see what I'm talking about. CleanSpark is another Bitcoin mining company. It is the second biggest in market cap. And take a look at how that did after earnings. Okay, the earnings report came out after the close, and it was trading at $16.57, and then it bounced up to $17. Okay, when the earnings call came in, it came down a little bit, but once the earnings call came in, they gave guidance, right? People were happy, investors were happy, shareholders were happy, and the stock started to go up again. Okay. Now, Marathon Digital, on the other hand, they also had their earnings report today. And although they beat on earnings per share, they beat on EPS, they didn't do so good with revenue. They were not able to beat on revenue. So after their earnings report came out, which was at 4 o'clock after the bell, their stock took a bit of a hit. Okay, as you can see here, it took a bit of a hit, but it also was able to bounce back up. Okay, so it's trading sideways right now. Okay, so it's not it didn't beat on revenue, but it's still okay. It's still going to be okay. All right. But what we're interested in is we're interested in Bitfarms, of course. That is the stock that we're investing in. So since Friday is going to be the last day before the earnings report comes out Monday morning, take a look at this here, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I have one, two, three puts that are going to be expiring next week. Okay. And then I have two more puts that are going to be expiring on the 24th. Okay. So I got $25 for each of these puts. Okay. I sold each of these puts for $25. Let me see if I can show you that here. The credit that I received was $25. Okay. So right now it's still trading at $25. Okay. So, right. However, if Bitfarms does go up to $2 or above $2 on Friday, right, the last day before its earnings report comes out, if it goes above $2, this is going to lose value. Okay. It might go down to $5. Okay. Right. And I sold it for 25. take a look at the other puts that I sold here. The one expiring on the 17th. Credit that I received was also $25. So I also received $25 for this put here. Okay. So I received $75 for these three $2 puts. All right. Very good. I'm very happy that I was able to sell these puts. Now, if Bitfarms does go above $2 on Friday, these contracts are going to lose value. These $2 puts that I've sold are going to lose their value. Okay. If they go down to $5, I am going to consider buying back these contracts. Why? Well, for two reasons. Okay. First reason is because after the earnings report, anything could happen, right? The stock could go up before the earnings report, but after the earnings report, if investors are not happy with guidance, even if the company beats on earnings per share, even if they beat on revenue, their guidance might not be so high. And as we know, there's still a lot of uncertainties going into this stock Bitfarms, right? We don't know if they're going to have a good guidance. So because of that, even if Bitfarms goes above $2, doesn't mean it's going to stay above $2, right? It could come back down after the earnings report. So for that reason, ladies and gentlemen, I'm considering buying back these puts if Bitfarms goes above $2 on Friday, right? So that is the first reason why I'm considering buying these back, all right? And the second reason is because if I buy these puts back, okay, that's one, two, three put contracts that I've sold, three put options that I've sold for $25 each. Remember? Now, if I buy these three options back for $5, that's going to free up $600 that are being held in collateral. It's going to free up $600 that are being held as collateral at the moment. And these other two options that I've sold expiring on Friday, these are $1.50 put options. Okay, I'm pretty sure that it's not going to expire in the money. I'm pretty sure this is going to be out of the money by the time these two contracts expire. So I'm pretty sure my $300 that are being held up in collateral are also going to be freed up from collateral. So the $900 that I have in collateral right now, being held in collateral for selling these put options, are going to be freed up if I buy back these put options that I've sold, these $2 put options that I've sold. Okay, so those are the two reasons why I'm considering buying back those three options. And I'm pretty sure these other two options are going to expire out of the money. Okay, so I'll be able to keep the entire premium that I received on those $2.50 put options. So take a look here now, ladies and gentlemen, in my buying power. Okay, so far this month, the month of May, I have invested $906 into Bitfarms, okay? Into Bitfarms. This is the stock that I'm wheeling right now. I'm using the wheel strategy with Bitfarms right now. And I've invested $906 and I've made already $80 return on investment. Now that is a nice 8.8% return on my investment that I've made so far this month. Now my goals, ladies and gentlemen, for this month is going to be to make more money than I made last month. Okay, that should always be your goal. You should always want to make more money the next month, right? That you made the month before. Okay, so now if we remember what I said in March when I started using the wheel strategy, I made $117 selling options with Bitfarms. In April, I made $172 selling these options. Now, so far in the month of May, I have made $80 selling these put options, okay? And we are only in the second week of May. And this month actually has 3 weeks. What am I talking about? It has 5 weeks, okay? Yes, the month of May has 5 weeks. So I still have 3 more weeks to make more than $172 selling options. Okay, so that is my goal. And will I be able to accomplish that? We don't know, right? I'm not a prophet. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. So I couldn't tell you if I'm going to be able to accomplish my goal, but it's always good to have a goal, ladies and gentlemen. So just keep that in mind, okay? So that is the video for today, ladies and gentlemen. On my next video, I'm going to discuss Apple stock again. Okay, why am I going to discuss Apple again? Well, I forgot to mention, we already know that we're not going to use the wheel strategy with Apple. It's not a good idea because we can only get 1.3% is the most that we're going to get a return on our investment if we decided to use the wheel strategy with Apple stock, okay? But there is another strategy that we can use that will help us get a very nice return, okay, with Apple stock. I'm going to discuss that one on my next video. And of course, we know Apple is a big company, right? The second most valuable company in the world. So definitely it does merit having 3 videos on this channel. So we're going to discuss that again. I'm going to have my favorite guest return with me to discuss the recent event that Apple had where it discussed some of their new products that are coming out. And we're going to discuss if that is going to pick up Apple stock, keep it up there, or if Apple stock will still come down. I'm going to let you know what I think about that. So stay tuned for that, ladies and gentlemen.
This has been another video from Dad's Market Stats. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like the video. If you know someone that can benefit from these videos, make sure to share it with them as well. Until next time, and remember, let's grow together.